Joe Rogan is just too rich, man. He really is, dude. He really has fucking lost it. He's just straight up a conservative. Let's watch Joe Rogan.
Fucking far left. So radical that the right are the ones that are celebrating comedians and celebrating Chappelle. And
Yeah,
they had my back through all the crazy shit that happened with me. It was Fox News that fucking had my back.
Would you ever think that they would be the ones to cape for you, like, 10
Fucking Fahim Anwar, what the fuck's he doing here saying this shit? That sucks.
years ago?
I'm so liberal.
Yeah,
Like, I talk
I
about
know.
it all the time. Like, I say I am not a conservative. I'm not conservative. But I am pro-Second Amendment. And I am a hunter. And I am a cage fighting commentator. And I drink and I smoke cigars and I like to bow hunt.
Yeah.
So there's a lot in there
There's
that's like,
some
hey.
crossover.
Yeah, but it's just being a human. But I'm a compassionate person, and I believe that there's boy, I'll tell you what though. One thing that happened during this pandemic was it opened my eyes about human nature. Like, I used to be very pro universal basic income. My thought was, wouldn't it be great if you just had enough money so you could eat and you could pay your rent and then you could pursue what you wanted to? But the reality of human nature came fully into focus when I realized that when some people got all that money from the government, the COVID money, and then they got unemployment, they didn't want to work.
Bro, that's crazy. That's fucking insane, dude. That is demonstrably false. That's not even true. Joe Rogan is just too rich, man. He really is, dude. He really has fucking lost it. He's just straight up a conservative. He has completely lost the plot. It is incredibly sad to see, dude. I literally made a company during the pandemic, and it was because I had the extra time and money law. No, it's just, he's not, I mean, he's just straight up a rich guy who's just like a fucking pathetic conservative. It's so sad. The one aspect of his worldview that was like a little bit comprehensible, that revolved around like a modicum of empathy, was he didn't have like the immediate disdain for the working poor that most of these like rich fucks have. He's lost that. Like, his background of being like not a very affluent person growing up was the reason why he would routinely fucking defend. Oh my God. Rogan is a pro-boss corporate plant. The UBI discussion was always lousy with these naive capitalist fanboys who didn't understand capitalism doesn't work unless wages are a means to escape desperation. Capitalism needs you desperate, impoverished, willing to work for less because it's some. Right. The problem is, when they do understand broad, brutal coercion of labor as the fundamental building block of capitalism, they accept it as desirable and do their part to maintain it as natural. God, incredibly base takes from Matt Ledge. Looking into your other UBI study, and the odds are the main concern is that these people will continue to devote half their days serving capitalists. Health and wellness and improved, sure, but wait till we tell you it didn't hurt productivity. Incidentally, on it, the company Joe Rogan co-founded that makes Alpha Brain got free $2.4 million in PPP from Uncle Sam. Incredible. He's right. When a fucking dickhead like Joe says this shit, he's saying it because it's hurting productivity. It's like it's harming the subsistence wages that these people rely on. If you like, someone has to clean the toilets under capitalism, and in the way that we currently organize the economy, the toilet cleaner is doing it as a means of subsistence, as a means of survival. Without that, then there's no other alternative. There's no positive way to get someone to do that job. There's no positive way to get someone in the service industry to work in the service industry. There's no positive incentivization structure that allows people to feel a percentage of ownership over their own workforce, over their own work, over their own means of labor. Don't act like you don't benefit from capitalism. I saw you own a Gucci shirt. That's right, brother. Fuck yeah. That's exactly right, dude. Except Joe Rogan is like 10 trillion times more wealthy than me. And despite the fact that I have more money than your dad, I still clearly fucking care about your needs more than this fucking dickhead does. But keep caping for that fucking guy because I bought a Gucci shirt. It's so stupid. You got me, bro. I'm no longer a socialist. Who cares? Yeah, I'm not. Okay, you got me. The irony is I have more money than your dad, but I also have a better take on your future than your dad does. Your dad is like destined for a fucking lifetime of zero class mobility and likes that position and thinks like that he's just a temporarily embarrassed millionaire, you know? Good luck though.
I have a friend who has a restaurant. He could not get people to come back to work.
Yeah.
And so, one buddy of mine, a bartender told him, I can come back to work, but I can only work for 20 hours a week because that way I get unemployment. So he wouldn't work more than 20 hours a week so he could get free money. Mm-hmm. So he could have made more money, but he didn't want to because he didn't want to work. So he was getting that free money. And then my friend was like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah.
Like, okay. Like, and now he's always short staffed and it's a mess.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh man. Oh no. Oh no. The bar is short staffed, dude. You can't go to your favorite bar and get your immediate service, dude. That's crazy. That's crazy, bro. I don't know. Here's a suggestion. Pay them more wages. So you're competing with the free money that they're getting from the government. Motherfuckers say free money, bro. Anyway, I might have been too rude to that fucking chatter who was just probably joking about the Gucci shirt, being sarcastic. I misunderstood. So I feel bad. I don't know, man. I would really reconsider the way I've built my fucking business if, the government is able to give like more wages or better offer better fucking money to my goddamn workers than I could. Also, how do we love that it's always free money is more than salaries and not salaries are way too low. They don't even compete with bare minimums. Exactly. And the other concept here that is like fucking psychotic and so devoid from the reality is that what happened when the additional unemployment insurance went away in certain states where the Chamber of Commerce fucking bullied them into removing the unemployment insurance earlier than it was slated to end. Not like job applications increased. So what's up? And places are still empty. What's up with that? Chat, Rogan is different kind of rich than your Twitch streamers. Yeah, I know. There's not a single XQC is a broke boy in comparison to Joe Rogan. Got $500 million from Spotify, and there's motherfuckers who are still in the chat being like, bro, you are so rich. Joe Rogan could buy out my entire existence, okay? Or not $500 million. He got 100 million? I thought it was 500 million, but maybe I'm wrong. He's also ignoring that his people going back to a situation where they didn't feel safe at work were likely not going to make any money. Yeah. X has more than Rogan with a steak sponsorship? No, he doesn't, dude. What are you, crazy? No, steak is not giving XQC 100 million. Like, maximum, like, if he was to do it every fucking month, and if Aiden Ross is getting like 4 million a month, XQC is getting somewhere around that. He's not getting 100 million. You know what I mean? I'm not going to speculate on it. I don't think it's appropriate of me to do so. You got 100 million for talking to people and bitches about people getting free money. 10 million times X months is 100 million. I don't think that's how long it is. So, oh shit, Macaulay Culkin wearing the fucking Gucci shirt that I was wearing. Like literally the Gucci shirt I was wearing. That's crazy. How dare he? No, it's okay. Because the counter to that always is Macaulay Culkin never said he was socialist. Yeah, dude. I know, dude. He's not, that's the trick. Is like, if you say you're a socialist, like, you deserve to be fucking killed. Which is, of course, for the record, that ironically is a take from the reactionary right. It's an understandable take from the reactionary right because they want to sully the name of like being a socialist. They want to make it as difficult as possible to say you're a socialist. They want to embarrass you thoroughly. So why in the ever-loving fuck do leftists engage in that? Are they the CIA? Are they reactionary, counter-revolutionary individuals? Why are they infiltrating socialist movements and perpetuating, rather, right-wing narratives about what socialism is and isn't? So because of that, I say, I don't give a fuck. I'm not a socialist, okay? Yeah, I'm a capitalist. You got me. Who cares? Who cares? What, you think that's a diss, dude? Sick, you got me. 330 million motherfuckers in this country, and like, outside of like 100,000 people, everyone thinks socialism is a bad thing. And these fucking idiots are over here being like, no, dude, you have to like gatekeep. We're gonna fucking act like socialism is my distinct definition of it, which is a complete bastardization and a complete misunderstanding of what it is anyway. Anyway.
You see a lot of people that that own businesses that have a hard time finding people work for them. So there's pros to that, right? The pros are people.
The pros are when you get fucking paid, you can actually buy a $5 a month subscription, okay, at your favorite capitalist broadcast, this one, and avoid the top of the hour ad break, which comes at 5:20 instead of at 5 p.m. Pacific, exactly on the dot. Here's the 1 minute ad break now.
It's a marketplace that favors the worker, so workers can ask for more money. So you're seeing a lot of places like bars and restaurants and stuff that have to pay more money per hour, which I guess is good as long as the restaurant can stay open.
The thing that is like really fucking annoying about this is that how is it anything but gaming the system when you complain that the restaurant can't keep itself open with shitty fucking wages? Like if your business relies on shitty wages to maintain itself, then it's not a good business. That business does not have a fucking constitutionally protected, God-given right to exist any more than that person has a like. There's no fucking gun to force these people to like work in that business. Like I don't understand this. Whenever like libertarians who are like, oh, I love fucking making sure the government stays the fuck out of my business, brother. Like I love when those guys turn around and they're like, you should literally use the National Guard at gunpoint to force people back to their fucking busboy jobs, okay? Because they're not cleaning the goddamn dishes and I have to wait 45 fucking minutes when I go to the restaurant. What the fuck? You should game the system in a way that like only benefits the Chamber of Commerce, okay? That's how you do libertarianism, is when, you know, you use the government to force people to go back to subsistence living at gunpoint, subsistence wages at gunpoint. Joe talking about his friend who owns a restaurant and can't find employees, failing to realize they pay minimum wage, expecting you to make all the money on tips. Yeah. It's very, very, very strange that a lot of people don't look to this and go, you know what? This fucking sucks, Joe. You kind of suck for saying this. If you ever worked hospitality, you know the reason people don't want to work these jobs because they suck / the managers are cunts / work really hard for little money. Every job I've worked in the past year has been understaffed and all the staff know exactly why. Note that his friend was the employer, not the employee. Okay, you know what? That's fucking pretty dope that like the Reddit at least is popping off with like pretty solid pro-work takes here. I don't know if that's a sea change or an attitude change within Joe Rogan's like, you know, we're fucking working class Andy's audience. But always remember that like there are more working class people than there are bosses, right? However, this is the United States of America, so plenty of working class people actually fucking stuck in dead-end jobs do not recognize that position, do not recognize the systemic reasons for why that budget shortfall is built into their existence, and simply think one day if I listen to enough Joe Rogan and eat enough Alpha Brain supplements, I will be able to fucking straight up turn into my boss and be a piece of shit, and also, you know, fuck whichever employee I want to or whatever the fuck. You know what I mean? R/Joe Rogan has been shitting on Joe since he started pumping himself with horse dewormer. Yeah. I don't know if that's an indication of anything other than just like sometimes Reddits have a tendency to shift. He also doesn't seem to grasp why someone would rather work 20 hours than get unemployment on top rather than work 40 hours to get just a little bit of extra money at the end of the week for working twice as many hours. Is that concept completely crazy and equates to a person being a lazy bum? Brilliant fucking take, by the way. Like, it's actually smart. That's what I always say. There's like, the idea that there are lazy workers is a fucking silly concept. Not to sound too much like a fucking annoying like theory nerd, but laziness is, oh my God, I'm going to sound like a lot like a theory nerd here, but laziness is a concept created by the bourgeoisie to make the proletariat more productive, okay? I mean, it kind of is the truth, though. Like, this dude is working smarter. Like, yeah, are there lazy motherfuckers at the workplace? Absolutely, dude. Absolutely. But guess what, dude? That means the management is not doing a good enough fucking job to actually, get this dude to work harder. There's no fucking, you have no skin in the game. And if you have no fucking skin in the game, why the fuck would you work super hard? Your bosses aren't working super hard, and they're extracting your fucking surplus labor value. You know what I mean? It's normal to not want to fucking work extra hard and suckle on that boot every goddamn day in, day out. Okay? You put in what you take back. Now, obviously, there are some people who are awful. Okay? There are some people who are awful. There are some people who are shitty. There are some people who like abuse the structure and actually fuck over the rest of the people on the same like, you know, team that are working on shit. And I know it sucks, okay? I get it. I love this guy that said, do your editors have skin in the game? No, dude. The only skin they have is because I've trapped them in a fucking basement, okay, with shackles around their neck. And not because they make like life-changing money and make their own fucking hours and literally cut whatever they want to cut without any sort of fucking meaningful input from me whatsoever. Like, literally dream jobs that your dad would fucking love to have. And you're over here being like, does your editors fucking got them? Yeah, dude. Like, actual fucking dream. I mean, the clip channel's getting free AdSense. Dollar dudes are definitely living smarter, not harder. That too. Anyway. If it was similar in my country, I was getting $750 a week working during the lockdowns, but it was paid through the employer to allow them to keep staff and not lose them if they had no ships. This is what we did as well. This is the PPP, by the way, that was abused. It was supposed to be that. If I wanted to get any more than the $750, I would have to work enough hours to cover that $750, and then I'd only get paid extra on top. So let's say I earn $25 an hour. That would mean if I work 31 hours, then I get $750 for the first 30 hours plus 25 for the extra hour on top. If I work 0 hours, I would get $750. So why the fuck would I want to work a full week of, say, 38 hours to get 200 more if I work 0? Yeah, and then you have fuel to drive to work, paying for parking, buying lunch, probably an extra $180 or $100 in return for those 38 hours. It's not about being lazy or not wanting to work. It's about doing what makes sense. By the way, capital owners recognize that reality, which is precisely why they fucking say, stop giving these people money because they need to go back to work. They need to be dying. That's why the system is broken like this, okay? That's why I always say the budget, usually you're pretty good. This take is trash. My friend, if you do not recognize that the budget shortfall is built into your very existence, and that there's a reason why in this country the only like meaningful employment that you can get is like in the service industry, serving other fucking small business tyrants, okay, who are power hungry and want to feel like what it's like to own a slave for a brief moment. And that's basically what they're doing. It's like this little LARP that they get that experience for the most part, okay? And that the reason why you're taking on that job is because you foolishly went to college to become a more productive member of the labor force, okay? And that saddled you with a fuckload of debt. And you also don't have health insurance because your health insurance is tied to your employment, to your place of fucking work. So now you're taking on the first job you can, specifically so you can pay those fucking, college student loans to begin with. You think that system happened on accident, dude? You think it's an accident that we're one of the only countries where health insurance is tied to your fucking employment? How does that not ring any fucking alarm bells in your mind where you're like, wait a minute, that's crazy. What's up with that? Why is it that it's so fucking expensive to be poor? Why? I'm memeing. I'm literally memeing. You fucking dumbass. Don't meme like that. I mean, they don't even hide it too, by the way. Like Fox News straight up. What did the guy say from Bar Rescue? A hungry dog is a working dog, right? Isn't that what he said?